Welcome back. Well, it is down to the wire. Tomorrow is Election Day. More than 2.4 million people in Ohio have either voted early or sent in a mail-in ballot. A recent Washington Post poll has Trump leading Harris by 7 points in the state of Ohio. The Ohio Senate race, however, between incumbent Sherrod Brown and Bernie Moreno is also being closely watched as Brown leads Moreno by just 1 point. Joining me now is Ohio Congressman Michael Rulli. He's a member of the House Judiciary, Education, and Workforce Committees. Congressman, good to see you. How are you feeling about this presidential race?
I think it's going to be a good race. I think Ohio's looking very hopeful. Last time Ohio, Trump won by 8. He won Texas by 5. I think this time we're hoping to see him perhaps win by 10 or 12. And if he wins by more than 8, Bernie Moreno will definitely win.
Well, in the Journal this morning, the top op-ed is this: the Senate stakes can't be much higher. Talking about the GOP majority could check Harris's desire to break the 60-vote filibuster rule and pass the progressive dream list. And that, of course, would be, if the GOP takes it, including a win for Moreno. What are the stakes here? Tell me about the policy differences between Moreno and Brown and how you think this plays out.
Well, Sherrod Brown's done a very interesting thing. He's ran so far to the right, it's unbelievable. He's basically hitched his wagon with Trump. He claims to be Trump's best friend. We all know that he has voted against Trump, 100% against him, every single vote. We know that his policies, his philosophy is everything against Donald Trump. He cannot lie to the Ohio people anymore. And fortunately for me, ground zero is right here in Mahoning County, where we're live today. And Mahoning County is going to turn to Trump.
Do you think we're going to know the state of Ohio by the end of the night on Tuesday night?
Ironically, I was talking to Frank LaRose, that's our Secretary of State, a very good friend of mine. He thinks we're going to have everything all wrapped up by Tuesday night.
Oh, wow. Really? Okay. Well, that will be interesting. And I think most people hope that's the case. Meanwhile, the insults and the slurs keep on coming from the Democrat Party. President Biden insulting Trump supporters again during a campaign stop in Pennsylvania this weekend. Watch this.
When I was in Scranton, we used to have a little trouble going down the plot once in a while from Greenwich. But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
So, Congressman, now Kamala Harris seems to be tweaking her closing message, basically saying we have a lot in common, all of us, and she wants unity. It doesn't look like it from all of this, and the slurs coming out of her campaign and her proxies. But what are your thoughts on all of this mudslinging?
So much for the party of unity. Unbelievable. They say unity, but for the last 2 months, they've called us Hitler, they've called us Nazis, garbage, and now with the slangful rhetoric of the president, it's unbelievable. But people in my county, this is a crossover. They crossed over when Trump first ran in 2016. They've always voted Democrat. They've always been blue. I was the first Ohio senator elected from the Republican Party, and I think they took these insults really to heart in Mahoning County.
Liz, that's not the only one. Also, Kathy Hochul said you're anti-American if you vote for Trump. Jump in here. Liz Peek.
I think that's one of the most offensive comments I've ever heard from an elected official, Maria. But, Congressman, I'm looking at the approval ratings for Sherrod Brown, and they're their worst ever in his history as a congressman, as a senator. And 9 points worse than the last time round. How can it possibly be that the polls are this close in Ohio when Trump is up so significantly? Surely this guy cannot be reelected, and particularly after the migrant problems showed up in Ohio. Every state has become a border state, including Ohio. What do you think?
Well, I think Sherrod Brown is a mirage. I think he goes in the hamper and tries to look all messy and disheveled and like he's a regular Joe Bag of Donuts working man when he's never been a working man. He's always been an elitist. He has no idea what it's like to work a 9 to 5 every day or sign the front of a paycheck. He's only known the life of government. And I think people in Ohio are really starting to wake up and take note. And I think it's time that Sherrod Brown's going to get fired for the first time in 50 years. He pretty much graduated university and went right into politics.
Would you commit to supporting term limits?
I am a supporter of term limits.
Okay. Yeah. Well, 40, 50 years in place in the same job is hard for the American people to take, because oftentimes these people forget who they're working for, Congressman. So we'll keep pursuing that. Thank you so much, Congressman. Good to see you.